Welcome to Sam's Russian Adventures. I'm Sam, an English guy living in provincial Russia. Now today we're going to go and watch a regional football game. Small town regional Russian football game. Join me. So here is the original entrance to the walk to the stadium, and the emblem: Football Club Torpedo Vladimir, 1959. I wonder what it was like when this was all new and all these paving stones were all brand new. So today I'm heading to the football, and I'm a few minutes late. I can hear that the game's already started, but there's quite a few other people here as well walking down that are late as well, so it will give me a good little opportunity to talk a little bit about what's going to be today and what's going to happen. So look, you can see the stadium and you can see that it's completely empty, and that's because the game is not going to be in the stadium. The game is going to be in the training pitch. Now I've got no idea why that is, but apparently not enough people attend the matches for them to actually use the stadium. So Torpedo Vladimir are actually in like a regional league. I'm trying not to fall over on these steps when I'm making this video. Blimey, maybe this wasn't the best decision. You can see quite a few people are late for the game as well. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen this. We've actually got to go through turnstiles to get in. Look at this little process. Got metal detectors and everything. Это моей жизни такого ничего. Спасибо. А как выйти, если хочу выйти?
Тоже так же видно.
Спасибо. So the security presence has really changed. It used to just be, you know, I didn't see any police when I'd walk in, but now we've got metal detectors. It's very different. So every time I've been to a game, I've been in the stadium, and I've never been to the training pitch apart from just to have a kick around. So as I was saying, Torpedo Vladimir are in like a regional league. They actually did get promoted a few years ago to the Premier League, but they couldn't afford to take part in the Premier League, simple as that, because the football team doesn't actually make any money. They don't even have an official shop, which is pretty crazy, right? So they just play in like a regional league, and it's, you know, the players are still professional, but it's not really a high standard like Spartak Moscow or CSKA or anything like that. So because we have a small town, it's kind of interesting because I actually know quite a few of the football players. I'm actually best friends with the most famous player they ever had, and so it's quite interesting. We have that kind of town where normal people can mingle with football players. Getting a few suspicious looks with the camera. So Torpedo Vladimir has like a small fan section. They call themselves, I think, Sector, I'm going to murder this, Sector 73 maybe? I'd love to get in there. I wonder if I can get into that area. So these are the home fans, look over there, look. So the official fans group call themselves Sector 17 because that's where they would sit usually if we're in the big stadium. But now they're sitting in sector number 3. And the only rules for sitting in sector number 3 or sitting in sector 17 are that you wear a black top and then you have the black and white Torpedo Vladimir scarf. It'd be interesting to see if they consider themselves hooligans or not, just by name. I mean, there's no real like hooliganism going on in the town. You know, we've got a very small team. Film some unofficial footage. So Torpedo Vladimir are the ones in white. So Baltica are attacking. They're playing against Baltica today. I've got no idea where Baltica are from. Are they from Baltica? I guess they're a local team, really. I knew I should have filmed that moment. There was a goal. I can't believe I didn't turn the camera on. I could sense it happening. So I really don't like police, and there's loads of them here today. I just feel nervous around them. I don't want to say I don't like them, I just feel nervous around them. I can see that the fans take it really seriously. They're really worried that they can't be heard. There's only about 100 of them maximum. So the opposition have got a free kick. So it seems this is like the cool area where people stand that don't want to go inside. It's free to go inside as well, so it doesn't make any difference, but it seems to be people prefer to stand here for some reason. I was looking to see if there's a footballer's wives section, but I can't find one. So to be fair, I thought it was going to be a bit more entertaining. I think what I might have to do is get in touch with those hardcore fans, see if I can do some sort of video with them, maybe go to the game with them, go to the wherever they go before the game. It'd be good to travel to an away game with them, wouldn't it? I like some of the graffiti on the stadium. This one's really cool, look. Like Russian lady, traditional Russian lady in the costume. So now I've got to walk all the way back up these stairs. I wish there was a lift or something, or a ski lift that I could just take up. And if you can make out, it says FC TV Football Club Torpedo Vladimir. Look at these little seating areas, kind of like halfway up from the Soviet period. They were designed for people like me that get too knackered walking upstairs and need a little break. I tell you what, if there's a big game on, a cup match where they play against someone really cool and the stadium's full, I'll definitely go along. What do you think of the stadium? Let me know. So what do you think of this building? It's actually brand new. Does it look old or new? One thing that's always interested me is why the town doesn't support the team. I mean, there's probably a couple of thousand people maximum in that little stadium there, and it was only the training stadium because there's not enough people to actually fill the main one, which is weird. Why is there no club shop? Even in small towns in England, they would fill the stadium. But in Vladimir, no one really cares about the football team. Now that might seem a bit harsh, but it's true. I don't understand why they don't support them, why they don't get behind the team. There's no hockey team here, so the only team to support is the football team, and no one seems to really care about them. The sky is looking like something bad is about to happen. So something crazy just happened to me. I got recognized on the street by a Russian. She was like, "Hey, is your name Sam? You've got a YouTube channel." I couldn't believe it. So this is, hello Elena, thanks for recognizing me on the street. I'm very flattered. For some reason this square is always difficult for interactions. I never get people that want to speak to me here. Извините, пожалуйста. Можно вопрос? Ладно, ничего. Check out these balconies. I wonder if anyone checks that they're safe or not. I'll tell you something funny that happened the other day, and it's funny not because it's actually funny, but because it's stupid. You might have remembered me telling you a few weeks ago that I went to the shopping centre that I always go to with the camera, and they were like, "No, you can't film in here. You've broken the law." They accused me of terrorism. This was before the Moscow attacks and all that stuff. They were like, "Yeah, you know, you could be a terrorist. It's illegal to film in the shopping centres. You should know the laws, blah, blah, blah." Had a massive scandal with me, forced me to write to say that I request permission to film inside a shopping centre. And I was basically really kind of pissed off. So afterwards, I noticed that the security guards, their attitude towards me had changed when I would go there. One guy who I always used to interview, he was actually a security guard. We got on really well. I'd always ask him questions. He was a very interesting person, very polite. Some days I'd see him standing there, buy him an ice cream and say, look, I can see you're really hot. Here's an ice cream for you. Stuff like that. Just be a generally nice person to him. So his relationship towards me changed. He said to me, basically, you know, you're breaking the law with this filming stuff. I'm not going to speak to you anymore. The way you're behaving is unacceptable. And I was like, what are you talking about? You don't know the law, do you? So all of these people in this shopping centre, their attitude towards me just changed. They started acting as if I was the enemy, which was really weird. So last week I needed to film, so I went into the shopping centre and I said, look, I went downstairs to the reception and I asked them, I said, look, I need to film inside a particular shop. Can I request permission to film? And the lady was like, look, we've told you before, you're not allowed to film, it's illegal. And I was like, right, just call your boss for me. So she called the boss came out and said, what's the problem? I said, look, you know, I want to film in the shopping centre, can I write and ask for permission? She said to me, you don't need to film in the shopping centre, it's a public place, you can film whatever you want. And I said, oh, well, that's what I thought, but the people in your shopping centre said I'm a potential terrorist and, you know, caused a massive scene, and the security guard treat me like, well, like I'm awful now, and, you know, it's a complete nightmare. And she was like, yeah, I don't know why that is. You know, there's no reason for you to write any permission. You can film whenever you want, wherever you want. It's a public place and you're allowed to film. And I was like, yeah, that's what I've been telling them. But they refused to accept that, you know? She was like, well, I don't know who told you that. I was like, all the people that work for the shopping centre. And even the lady that works in the shopping centre that was there, she'd already told me that day, you can't film. And so I said to that lady, I said, look, so you're listening to her, you're all listening, right? She's saying that you can film in the shopping centre, you don't need permission, it's a public place. It doesn't matter if it's a private building, the place is public, you can film. And so that other lady was like, yeah, okay, I've heard it. I was like, right, so next time when I come here and this nice lady is not here and you cause a massive scene and tell me I'm not allowed to film, it's going to be okay, yeah? And she was like, yeah, it's going to be fine. But it was just nice that finally someone with some common sense was there. Instead of me needing to go there now to ask for permission to film, I don't need to, because there was never any need to ask permission, because they made up the rules on the spot just to tell me I couldn't film when, in fact, I could film. So I've noticed up here, look what it says, Moskvich. So I'm going to have to come here and film. Somebody else suggested this as well, and now I know where it is. I'm going to come here and see if I can take a test drive. So here we are, I've come to my friend Dima's house. Just going to walk in like I own the place. I don't know if the door's going to be locked, actually, I might not. Oh look, here he is, it's open. Dima's got the best house in the world. Hello! Я не слушаю, но, наверное, что-то очень красиво сказал. Hello. So check out Dima's living room. Apparently the kitchen's a mess, so I'm not going to go in there. So right now I'm in Dima's dungeon. When I say the dungeon, it's just a cellar. So I like, on my crisps, I like to put Tabasco. Do you like Tabasco on your crisps? Especially with these types of crisps, nachos. So this is Dima's underground sauna, or banyo obviously. And I'm not going to show you the banyo, which is around here, because Dima's naked in it. But there you go, the shower area, I was going to say douche. And then here we've got the hammam. So there you go. The football was a bit crap. I'm going to go and have a relax in the banyo. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.